Hey guys, Phoenix from Tarot. So this reading is going to be on a three-eye atlas, and I'm doing this reading on the 11th of November 2025. So a brief history from my understanding of what this three-eye atlas is all about. In 1977, astronomers picked up on something called the wow signal. So it was a short, powerful burst of radio waves, and they said it seemed to come from the direction of Sagittarius. And it lasted 72 seconds, was never detected again. Scientists couldn't explain it. And they said it was one of the strongest possible signs of an artificial or unknown signal or other entity ever recorded. So we fast forward 50 years, and in July 2025, astronomers discovered the Three-Eye Atlas, the third interstellar object ever observed passing through the solar system. And what made it remarkable and why people have taken notice of this is that it's coming roughly from the same region of space, the same direction, the same region of space, the direction of Sagittarius, where that wow mysterious signal originated in 1977. So my understanding is that the Three-Eye Atlas did not come from our solar system. It's not from our sun. It's not from other planets. It's not from the asteroid belt. But it's something that's come outside of our solar system. And it's hyperbolic is the term that they use, meaning it's moving so fast that it isn't bound by the sun's gravitational pull the way other planets in our solar systems are. So what else should I say about that? It's on a trajectory that takes it past Mars and Venus, but apparently it's staying the furthest distance from Earth. And apparently now, as of this point, it has already moved from behind the sun, and apparently it's lost its tail, and that is as far as I know about this interstellar object. So what I'm going to do this reading on, we're going to be doing this reading on and remote view as to what this Three-Eye Atlas object is. Is it a comet? Is it something more? They're talking about the volume of nickel that this has on it and all that sort of stuff, but I'm just going to cut through all of that. We're just going to channel, we're just going to figure out what this is and why it's safe. Okay, so Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels of the highest light, of the highest divine frequency, please protect myself, please protect and bless those viewing this reading. May we only channel messages of the highest divine light, of the highest truth, of the highest accuracy. Why has this come into our solar system at this point in time? What are we meant to glean from it? What are we meant to pick up from it? For the expansion of the for the expansion and elevation of the collective awareness. Thank you very much. Okay, so they're bringing my attention as I'm doing this to a prediction that I made from the beginning of the year. So in the beginning of the year, they're showing me like I did a thumbnail for my 2025 predictions, and in it I put UFOs. Now, if you remember around this time last year, remember a number of flying objects and a whole series of flying objects were being seen in the New Jersey area. And other people were saying that they were seeing it around the earth as well. In different countries, sorry. And remember, I did a reading on that. And I said to you guys, no, that's not any alien, whatever. This looks as if it's man-made to me and everything else. However, I did predict at the start of this year that we would actually start seeing true contact or signs of true alien life or other life forms contact. And they're confirming that to me here. They're confirming that to me in terms of the vision that I'm seeing regarding this comet. It is a comet, right? This Three-Eye Atlas, it is a comet. But it's as if this comet has something on it. And that something that it has on it, number one, there's information that's being kept from us. And they're showing me NASA. Now, the US government has been on shutdown, and NASA is saying that it couldn't reveal what it knows because the government is on shutdown, etc., etc. However, even if the government was not on shutdown, with the Three of Pentacles holding something close to you and holding it away from people and not wanting people to see and not wanting people to know, I feel that there is some authority figure or people in authority with this emperor figure know what this is, or they have a closer idea. They know more than they're letting on, basically. I'm even being told at this point that more has been published online about this, but either it has been taken down quietly by the powers that be or something like that, like there's a stifling or repression of information by authorities. Like there is more information out there as to what this is. Having said that, this has taken people by surprise. It's taken people by surprise. Now, when I'm remotely viewing, what I'm seeing is that they showed me the top of the comet, and I'm seeing like a green hue, almost like moss or something like that on top of it, and it's like ragged and that sort of thing. Um, Let me go a bit more into why they're showing me the surface of the comet. So it's like something of a signal, or picking up signals, or communicating a signal, like the Spirit Guides, God and Angels of Nice, Divine Light and Truth. Thank you so much for those messages. Why are you showing me the comet and the word signal? They're telling me the phrase that there is so much about the universe that we don't even know, that we can't even begin to understand. There is something about this comet. Yeah, there's so much that we don't know. There's so much that we can't even begin to understand. There is so much that science, in and of itself, can't even begin to really properly and fully explain. Now, this is it's interesting. It is a comet, but it is extraterrestrial at the same time. And and now, thank you very much. Now I know why I started off my reading this way, because I started off my reading by saying we saw lights over, those lights over New Jersey last year. And I said that was man-made. It wasn't alien. And now they're saying, yeah, this one is. Like, there's a reason why they wanted me to make that clarification about what we were seeing last year and this year. Meaning, I'm not jumping on the alien artificial life train. I'm not jumping on it, right? I haven't historically jumped on it, but they're saying to me, yeah, this is from now on, signs of ET life and things that we can't explain and so on is going to start picking up pace now. So a lot of, let's say, physicists and a lots of theories, they're showing me Einstein and so on, that or astrophysicists, that they're showing me the phrase astrophysicist. A lot of, in the next upcoming years, between now and the next 2 to 5 years, sorry, a lot of those theories, things are going to start happening that can't be explained, and a lot of those theories are going to begin to crumble and fall apart. So at the beginning of this year, we talked about the collapse of societies, infrastructure, the collapse of institutions. And we're going to start seeing this now in the world of science, and in the world of physics and mathematics, and all of that sort of stuff, I would say. We're going to see the collapse of a lot of those theories, because a lot of things like this, like the Three-Eye Atlas, is going to start happening that people just can't explain and don't have answers to. They're also giving me the phrase of the closing of the gap between spiritual and science. It's as if spiritual came first and then science. And it's like, sorry, please don't shoot the messenger, please, please, please. But they're almost showing me like spiritual is like pulsing. And it's like the thread or the veil between them is collapsing. And a lot of people who were previously leaning on spiritual concepts and theories, and they're showing me Einstein again, they're going to start turning to the spiritual and the esoteric for explanation of things, in order to get answers. So there's going to be like a rebalance between theories. And they're also showing in my mind's eye that the both, the spiritual and the science, are more interlinked than we know or we realize. They're showing me that there's spiritual concepts and themes. If the science world and the science community actually took them into consideration, it would explain a lot of mathematical theories and concepts that the spiritual community is currently struggling to answer. They're also showing me, struggling to answer, but we have that with the Knight of Cups and the Sun. They're also showing me as well that with the Sun here, they are confirming the signal. Like, there is a signal that's being communicated from this comet. At its very nucleus and its core, it could be something that holds AI life, but it's been traveling for so long, it's as if comet material has developed around it. That's another thing that I'm trying my best to explain what they're showing me, so I'm hoping that I got that correct. But in terms of this sun energy and in terms of this tower, it's like they're directing me to the color here and something coming and these little petals falling. It's like something of a signal or something like a signal being pulsed. It's meant to show something. And I'm going to put this out there. This message is very faint, but it's as if the signal is going below the sea or the signal is coming from up high. Notice these people are falling at a great height, but the signal is coming up high and is meant to go below, like below the sea, below the ocean, into the water. It's like signaling something below there. Okay, let's continue. Okay, Spirit Guides, God, and Angels, thank you so much for that. Could you provide any more about this comment? We have the devil reverse. Why has this devil? Because I don't do reversals. Why is my cosmic dog reverse? I don't do reversals, guys. Okay, some of the cards in my deck are reversed, which is not good. Let me fix this really quickly. And let's get a clarification for this devil. Okay, great. The devil next to the sun. Interesting. But the devil reverse. Should I continue with it reverse or upright? Oh, thank you. The devil reverse, they're saying to me with the sun, they're saying to me it's a lot of the theories and concepts, particularly when it comes to science and when it comes to spirituality. A lot of it's we are reaching the point as a collective and as a society where we are outgrowing these institutions, we are outgrowing these concepts. I always start my readings by talking about the expansion and the elevation of our conscious awareness, of the awareness of the collective. And we're getting to this point where those who want to, their awareness, and those who are, want more information, want that expansion, want that growth for the highest and greatest good of themselves and those around you, these people are the ones expanding. They are leading the way in their expansion. And the more people that embody that approach, just by them being themselves and being in and of and in the world, it raises the vibration and naturally raises the vibration of everyone else. And I say all of that to say that a lot of spiritual, like religious concepts, and because I was saying spiritual before, and they would say to me, it's religion that we also mean. Like spiritual is very of a high energy and of high vibe. Religion has the potential to be, but because it's been so corrupted by man for its own means and for control, notice these people being tied and chained. Science is the same thing. So with religion and science, there are elements of it. And I'm not saying all religions, and I'm not saying the whole of a particular religion, but it's heavily influenced by man and being used as a tool to control. With this devil energy, what is also coming through is that there are lots of scientific papers and journals and so on, and people are not aware that a number of scientific papers and journals are not getting published. And they are journals and papers that have reached this expanded potency and energy. And as with everything, people can't be silenced. So this devil reverse is showing, so you're moving from change, you're moving from control to the sun being shone on that community, on the scientific community. People are questioning, what is it that you know? Why can't our science explain this? And if you can't explain it, then what does that mean in that case? How do we find the answers? And that's really the question. How do we begin to find the answers? We're beginning to realize that these answers lie within, these answers lie in our gut instinct, these answers lie in our intuition. Okay, so thank you for that. Let's go back to this comment and this signal and so on. I'm seeing the color green. But was the tail green? I know that I think, yeah, I think it was a yellowish green. I think that must be something to do with the tail. But let's go back to what the signal is. They're drawing my attention to the fact that it's the furthest position it can be from Earth. That's a significance. So what is the significance of that? What is the significance of it being the farthest from Earth? There is something about it being the farthest from Earth because it's like it is getting our attention, and it's getting the attention of certain people or powers that be. I got this card when I was doing, remember at the end of last year, the Pope opened, I think, a seventh door or something like that. And I was just like, oh my goodness, what has this Pope done by opening this seventh door? And I talked about this door. It was almost as if the opening of this door was a signal to powers that be artificial and not artificial intelligence, but like alien powers or extraterrestrial powers that be, or from higher dimensions and planes that we don't understand. That's what I said in my last reading when I got this energy. And it's interesting that when the Pope was opening those doors, it's as if the announcement for him opening that seventh door, I think it was made around this time. And it's interesting that we're seeing the comet around this time. It's as if, and please don't shoot the messenger, but it's as if the both are connected. It's as if the both are connected somehow in terms of the same, it's like signaling and sending signals, like something's coming, like we want you to take notice with this Nine of Swords. We are signaling to people, those in a particular element of authority. When I say government, I'm talking about like the Pope, I'm talking about the Vatican in this case. I'm talking about those behind the veil. I'm talking about those people who already walk among us. It's like it's signaling, it's signaling, it's signaling. A Knight of Swords energy is usually an energy that moves quite quickly and doesn't think and so on. Whereas getting this Knight of Swords reverse, what this is saying with this comet is that there's something of an intention, of a consciousness that's linked to it. Like the Knight of Swords reverse, I know exactly what it is that I'm doing. So who is this a signal to? Spirit guides, guardian angels, thank you for that. Who is this a signal to in that case? Oh, sorry, guys. You guys can't see. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, who's this a signal to? Well, this is quite literally the world. It's a signal for all of us. It's a signal for all of us to see. It's a signal for all of us across the globe to see and to wonder. It's like something is coming to us, something of a message, something of a greeting, something is coming to us, it's coming to the world, something for us to be aware of, something that's going to be illuminated about our place in the whole world and in the whole stratosphere of existence. What else about this? Who is it signaling to? Who is it signaling to? I was getting that card earlier. Who is this signaling to? You can't make this up, guys. Queen of Cups below the deck. Remember, oh my God, oh my goodness, you can't make this up. I'm going to end on this. We have the High Priestess, the Devil, the Hierophant. The High Priest, spiritual worker, the connection with the spiritual realms. The Devil, the connection with the earth and the earthly realms, and the Priest. The Priestess and the Priest, with the Devil in between. You cannot make this stuff up. This is exactly what I've been talking about throughout this whole thing. When we talk about alien life, alien may not be the right term for this. UFO may not necessarily be the right term for this. We have extraterrestrial, we have galactic. You know, you have like, we've often heard about Arcturians, we've heard about Palladians, Lyrans. I'm not even sure whether this is that. That's what I'm saying. It feels like there's a spiritual element and connection to it. Now, again, what they're also telling me right now and reminding me, and when I say spiritual connection and element, we have this Queen of Cups here. There is a signal that's being sent out for this that some people are going to be able to wake up to or acknowledge or feel or be moved by, and others would not. There is something about with water. I raised this water before about under the oceans and their prehistoric depths of the ocean. They're showing me this in my mind's eye that we may not even know about. You know what they're showing me in my mind's eye? There's this scene from X-Files, the movie X-Files. And I think where from very depths of the bottom of the earth, like a UFO rises and disappears. And I think Scully doesn't see it because she passed out or whatever, but Mulder was able to see it. And he's just like, oh my goodness, UFOs are real. I'm not saying that it's a UFO per se, but it's like sending signals to things deep in the earth, to entities deep in the earth, to entities in the ocean. But there are people on land amongst us who would also be able, this is what I'm saying. Oh my God, that's the water again. Like things rising up from the ocean, and some people would be able to perceive it. Some people are not able to perceive it, or some people wouldn't be able to. We are not. Oh my God, I can't even finish my sentences. So the information is just coming in so fast. We are not all on the same planes of existence or reality. And we're not all able, based on our perception and based on our intuitive ability and connection, based on our energy vibration frequency with this infinity symbol. Some people are up here, some people are down there, right? So not everybody is able to perceive this signal. I'm also being told that some people may even not know that they're able to pick up this signal either. Okay, so what else to wrap this up? Final messages regarding this comment. This comment is going to be one of many, like many comets that are going to come into our solar system. But it's not just that. We are going to start seeing some strange things, like things coming out of the ocean, other things appearing in the sky. We're going to start seeing some other things that cannot be explained, which is going to continue the crumbling and the collapse of the scientific community. Yeah. Four of Wands is talking about why is this deck reversed? You guys have seen me go through this deck to get the cards upright. But so I'm going to take it reverse because it's working really hard to give me reversals. But the Four of Wands, when we think of four, we think of stability, like four legs and a table and so on. So what they're saying here is theories and concepts and beliefs that we would have relied on, that were the foundation and the bedrock of our understanding as a civilization. With this comet, this is where it is going to start being turned on its head. They're wanting me to reiterate at this point that a lot of people know what this means, but they are purposely being silenced. That is the first card that we got here. A lot of people know what this comet is. They know what it means. It's bigger than what it actually is. It's more impactful. The meaning and the implications and the repercussions of it are greater than at this point they are allowing you to recognize and be aware of, because they are purposely keeping this information from us. But this with the Four of Wands reverse is potentially huge. And the Four of Wands reverse is coming up next to the High Priestess, is coming up next to the Devil, is coming up next to the Hierophant. We have the Emperor. So we have lots of authority figures, both in the world, both in this world with the devil, both in the spiritual realm that sits above us, and also the connection with the spiritual realm of the priest. We have the emperor all around this figure keeping something close to their chest. It's like they want to control the dissemination of this information, and like either people are working in cahoots to control it, like these spiritual or alien beings could be working with the government to control it. But there's a control of the dissemination and the impact of it that is currently happening right now. We are on the road to first contact. Okay, I don't know why that came out like a song. Okay, guys, I am going to leave it there. Is that it? Is that it? Is that it? Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in future readings. Bye.